Formal nga giinugurahan ang planta sa San Carlos Bioenergy Incorporated. Pinaagi sa gihimong ribbon cutting niadtong Setyembre 4 ning tuiga dito sa plant site sa Barangay Palampas ug Punaw. Ang moong inauguration gitambungan ni Secretary of Energy Angelo Reyes. Kinsa mao'y nahimong keynote speaker puli ni Presidente Gloria Macapagal Arroyo nga wa makatambong tungod sa dautan nga panahon.
Maibuntag sa inyong tanan. That's the only local dialect na bilang ko ngayon. Anyway, at the outset, I'd like to express the deepest regret of Her Excellency President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo for having been unable to join us this morning. Weather did not permit it. However, she spoke with me earlier, and she told me to relay to all of you her congratulations that San Carlos Bioenergy Incorporated had succeeded in fulfilling a dream. And she also asked me to relate to you that she had been continually monitoring this project and expressed extreme satisfaction at what you had all done today up to this point. And that she is aware that there are continuing policy concerns over which you have expressed, and that she had directed me to gather the key people in the ethanol bioenergy field, particularly the people here, to Malacanang and dialogue with her. So, palakpakan po natin ang ating Pangulo. You know, when I arrived here, I was expecting not to speak. And then I was shown the program. It said, possible statement. Honorable Angelo T. Reyes. Possible statement means it's optional. But I think that here in San Carlos, you make the possible possible all the time. You know, this is a major milestone in the government's effort to reduce dependency on imported sources of energy and to have energy security coupled with social equity and environmental sustainability. Whenever we cross any milestone, it gives us an excellent and opportune time to look back. And Chairman Zabaleta did just that. He said that 100 years ago, we had the first sugar mill here. And the proof is that the, what do you call that? The syrup mixer or the grinder that stands there proudly was the first syrup grinder in the country in 1908. Is that right? 1908. So we date back 100 years ago. We can say that everything starts with but a dream. Everything starts as a dream. 7 years ago, Mr. Jose Maria Zabaleta formed part of a Philippine delegation to an international conference in London. And he had a dream. He had a dream that sugar milling would go farther, more modern. 5 years ago, he invited Bronze Oak to come to the Philippines and fulfill this dream. Now we have this facility that conceptually, according to Mr. Zabaleta himself, he would find difficulty to improve on this concept of producing ethanol from from sugar. Automated process. Directly using British partners, Indian equipment, and partly Israeli technology in drip method for sugarcane. And then being able not only to displace imported fuel, but providing additional employment for the rural workers, giving incentive to rural development. At the same time, introducing state-of-the-art technology, the best perhaps. I asked Mr. Zabaleta whether this is the same technology and the same state-of-the-art that they are using perhaps in Brazil. And he said yes, but in a smaller scale, because in Brazil they do it large scale. So we see that today we have a dream fulfilled. A dream dreamt by Mr. Zabaleta 7 years ago. So perhaps the message of the day is it can be done, we can do it, and we did it. Palakpakan natin ang ating mga sarili. So again, now we have a dream. And the dream of Mr. Zabaleta is that perhaps we should have 20 more such replications of this plant all over the Philippines. But perhaps the longer term and larger dream is that we do not anymore become dependent on imported source of energy, that we are able to win away from conventional sources and go towards renewable source of energy, where the Philippines has a distinct competitive advantage. We are a natural for renewable energy. When it comes to geothermal, we are already number 2 in the world. When it comes to solar, we are near the sun, we are in the equator, we have no winter. When it comes to wind, we have plenty of wind channels, we just have to complete the wind atlas of the Philippines. When it comes to ocean energy, we have a coastline that's longer than that of the United States. When it comes to hydro, we have enough mountains with steep slopes, particularly in Mindanao. Bioenergy, we have Lagos as a prime example. So the dream is go renewable, and Bioenergy Corporation had shown the way. Today we have a dream, and 100 years from now, as we look back 100 years ago, we will again say, we had a dream, it can be done, we can do it, and 100 years from now we'll say, we did it. I'd like to close with this verse that had inspired me no end, and it goes like this. Do more than just belong, participate. Do more than just care, help. Do more than just believe, practice. And do more than just dream, work. So on behalf of the President of our Republic, I'd like to congratulate all of you for having dreamed and worked to making the dream come true. Thank you very much.
Si Governor Isidro Zayco ang ning-welcome sa mga bisita sa ngalan sa probinsya o si City Mayor Eugenio Josef D. Lacson ang ning-welcome sa mga bisita ngayon sa syudad San Carlos.
Today mark another milestone in the history of the province, as no less than Energy Secretary Angelo Reyes is gracing the inauguration of the bioethanol project in behalf of our beloved President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. We are thankful for the SCBI investors for establishing this industry in our province, particularly here in San Carlos City. I am confident that this project would contribute to further propel the economic growth of the province, and will likewise pave the way to increase our country's energy independence as they endeavor to provide clean energy using our homegrown sugarcane resources. In behalf, therefore, of the people of Negros Occidental, I welcome all of you on this momentous event and mayong buntag sa inyong tanan. Mabuhay!
4 years ago, on May 30, 2005, we made history when Her Excellency President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo blessed us with her choice to launch the national government's fuel ethanol program and graced the launching of the first ethanol project of San Carlos Bioenergy Incorporated, a historical first of its kind in the Philippines. But by that time, the promise to all of us was, the future starts here. Now, 4 years later, that promise has been fulfilled, and at this point in time of its operation, San Carlos Bioenergy Incorporated has been powering the future of the city and the rest of the country. The realization of this epic dream gives us the possibility to explore and build more dreams for our people. Therefore, in behalf of the city government and the people of San Carlos City, it is with great pride and gratitude that I welcome Secretary Angelo Reyes and all of you to San Carlos City to this very important occasion in the history of San Carlos. Thank you very much. Vamos, San Carlos.
Ang SCBI mo ay pinakaunang integrated ethanol distillery and power cogeneration facility sa Pilipinas ug Southeast Asia. Niadtong Marso 16, 2009, ang SCBI nakadeliver sa ilang first shipment nga 1.6 million liters nga locally produced fuel ethanol sa Petron.
At the onset, I would like to thank San Carlos Bioenergy, SCBI, through its chair, Mr. Jose Maria Stabileta, not only for the opportunity to address you today, but also for its outstanding contributions to the wider community. Established only 4 years ago, SCBI is showing the way in the development and promotion of green energy technologies, of how agriculture can generate a resource that possesses strategic value in the global economy. In March this year, SCBI delivered its shipment of 1.6 million liters of ethanol to Petron, in keeping with the intentions of RA 9367, which directed the use of biofuels and launched the Philippine Biofuels Program. What this organization achieves through stronger focus on corporate and social responsibility is a demonstration that sustainable progress is best attained in a society where every sector works towards the greater good of all. We take pride from the fact that SCBI is arguably one of the first, if not the first in the world, to dedicate its sugarcane feedstock entirely to the production of energy, helping to achieve the country's goals of energy independence and sustainable development. Today, we are marking yet another milestone, not only for SCBI, but also for our country's fledgling biofuel industry, as we formally inaugurate this facility, which is slated to be the first ever integrated ethanol distillery and power cogeneration plant in the Philippines and all of Southeast Asia. I understand SCBI was ahead by 2 months from a Thailand plant.
Please allow me to share with you a bit of history, as one cannot appreciate the future without knowing the past. It was only 100 years ago, in 1908, that the first modern centrifugal sugar mill was built in the country. Where? In San Carlos, of course, as it had run its course and served its time. In its place is now a new cane mill for the future, no longer producing sugar, but producing biofuel and biopower. The great experiment was to transpose what is successfully done in Brazil and India to our country, but adapted to our unique situation. Its scale is much less, and it is supplied by farmers large and small, not by enormous latifundi or gigantic mechanized farms as in many countries. It is a model that can be successfully replicated to produce fuel and power. It is a uniquely Philippine answer to the call to take action to mitigate climate change, because our climate and soils are ideal for sugarcane. We all who compose the SCBI family, sugarcane planters and workers, tree growers, engineers and accountants, technical and managerial staff, planter investors, domestic investors, foreign investors, and yes, the banks who believed in us and funded the project, pledged to be environmentally proactive, and all thank each of you for joining this project. We would also like to thank Petron Corporation, including their new owner San Miguel Corporation, and the Fresco Electric Utility for providing a stable market for our products. We thank the President, the Legislature, the Executive Department and government officials, both national and local, who are well represented here today for their unwavering support of this project which we inaugurate. To our President, who sadly could not join us today, this is Thank You Day. Salamat po kayo. Dili ni mahitabo kung wala pa sa inyo. Thank you everyone, and I hope this serves as a model for others to follow, as we do not want to be alone. The country needs sustainable agronomy in plants and trees for the future, and the nation needs to prepare for the day when petroleum fuels will be scarce and expensive. We know this is one of the answers to a call for action for the youth of today, represented by our 12-year-old singer of the national anthem. They are our nation's future and expect that to be a better future. We also thank Secretary Angelo Reyes, salamat po rin kayo, for coming and honoring us in this occasion, and for his support and the support of DOE